What's going on, guys?
Pour up a little this center stive, I guess you could call it. This lady in the liquor store said it was good, Dylan.
She knew what she was talking about, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready?
Go for it, brother.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Real Camp Talk. I'm Tony G, and this is Dylan D.
Yeah, I just wanted to start this one off by asking. I hadn't talked about my wife at all much at all yet throughout any of these.
Hey, what's up with
So,
your wife, man?
I just want to know if anybody else's wives love animals as much as mine. Her name Angie. And, man, one time, well, you know, this is her father helping out with this whole ordeal. She brought her, well, he's seen this little baby pig get ran over, right? Well, anybody else in Texas, I think this is probably the luckiest pig in Texas. So, brings her to the house. It's a little female, little sow. And so I'm just saying, you know what we need to do. We just make some tacos out of this thing.
Right.
I mean, I'm not.
We're
We're not letting this thing in the house. Well, no. So she kept it alive outside in the car for
in the car?
and took it to work. She was working at a lube shop.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold
man,
on.
I'm
Hold
telling
on.
you, Kept a pig.
Hold on. Tell me this story about in the car. What does that mean?
Dude. In a like a milk crate with towels. This thing's back legs didn't work. Yeah, it got
No known reason why they don't work.
No, it got hit by a car. That's
Okay, yeah. Got hit by a car.
Her dad brought
All
it
right,
over.
so
'cause
Keith-
he got hit. Yeah,
Keith brought it over.
Keith brought it over
All right.
because he knew
She was gonna take care of
she
it.
was gonna take care of it.
All
so
right.
I'm not kidding. She did, and
In the car.
In the car, she went and changed the towels, cleaned the towels. But this only happened for like, I don't know. I say only, but it was like 2 weeks before, we had a place to take her, and now she's been alive for going on 2 years.
So y'all still have contact with her?
Yeah, we just got pictures of her the other day.
Wow.
We'll put it in the comments on this one because, she's probably
That's
150 pounds now and walks like a regular pig.
Wow.
Luckiest pig in Texas, I promise you that.
Yeah. So picked her up on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Keith brought her
Yeah.
the pig.
Yeah.
And she rehabilitated the pig.
Yeah.
But the pig can walk now?
They can walk now. You
Wow.
wouldn't even think it ever got hurt. Doesn't
Wow.
limp, nothing funny. No, it's amazing how tough the wild animals are.
Because I knew she loved animals, but like, what else? Like,
Oh man, well she's part of this wildlife rehabilitation stuff. So
that's awesome.
she rehabilitates squirrels and possums, and
And then they release them back.
then we release them back into the wild.
That's awesome.
And we had a skunk for a little while, but
Wow.
yeah, before things.
Did it ever put off an odor?
No, well, we could kind of start to smell it at some point, but it was nothing like that was overwhelming in the house. But that's something we didn't want because as they're growing, they just do it on accident sometimes,
Right.
like just playing. But a little baby skunk's
Is
pretty
it a
darn
poop?
cool.
They poop? That's a fart?
Nah, dude, it's like
It's just a defense
like a
mechanism?
juice, man. They like
I don't understand. I've never done any
bad.
research on a skunk, but that's interesting to like.
Yeah.
They just have that odor.
it's a gland.
I heard
it's
that
a little gland, like you
yeah.
pee, you crap, and you squirt that stuff out to
Wow.
scare.
I never
everything- scare
have looked
everything
into
else
that.
off.
I mean, I know I'm not the only one. Y'all
Yeah.
had to have not known that
Yeah,
either.
it's pretty wild.
So skunks. What else? Anything
But
else?
the possums
Possums?
are cool because if you ever find a possum, don't think you can just pick it up and feed it and know what you're doing because you got to feed these things. It's the weirdest process. It's like a syringe, right? And like the nipple on this syringe it's like a rubber thing, but it's like spaghetti noodle
Okay.
hollowed out. Maybe
Right.
not even that thick. It's weird. But the thing is, whenever you stick it into the possum's mouth, there's like, you got to not put it in the air hole. You got to put it in the food tube.
Wow.
And then you give them the special milk because it's all the special stuff that she gets. But no, it's cool.
And she has Like, because obviously she does the research on how to.
Oh yeah, she's got all these little booklets and stuff.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah, she
awesome.
does it. She's been doing it for going on 3-4 years.
What's the craziest animal that you think she's got?
That's funny you said that because the pig was wild, but one time I was in.
This is fixing to be good, y'all.
Dude,
It's finna be good.
dude, she didn't tell me what she was up to with this one, right? So
Right.
she had this cage in our closet, in our walk-in closet, right? And the door was cracked open, which is all fine. But I wake up at night and just like through like the LED light from the TV and the stuff we had on the wall, like you could see the floor, right?
Right.
And I see this thing on the floor dart off into the closet.
Not in the cage.
Not in the cage. I didn't know there was a cage in there with anything.
Okay.
She'd like snuck it in there somehow without me knowing. So, dude, this is like middle of the night. She's asleep.
Oh, my
I
God.
wake up. I see this. I said, oh, hell no. I grabbed the 22 and I said, you went into the closet. Bad idea. I went into the closet with it. When I slammed the door in the closet, had the light on with the 22, she woke up. She's like, Dylan, no. Well, I saw the other one in there. There was two. These were groundhogs.
Oh my god!
I thought it was a damn rat, bro.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, I'm about to freaking let him
Right.
have it in the closet.
That's
No, it was-
hilarious, Angie. You the real one. She's the real animal MVP, bro.
That was wild.
If you really think about it,
Yeah.
your wife's the real
Yeah, she
animal MVP.
She is.
She's
Well,
brought back more animals than, I mean, anybody that I know.
yeah, we even saved a little whitetail. This
Whitetail.
Yeah, deer this past year.
I think I saw a picture,
It was getting attacked.
but I didn't get to see it.
It was getting attacked by two caracal birds, right? But the mom was
Birds
nowhere to
attacking
be
a
found.
deer.
Yeah, but if you know what a caracal is, but yeah, and I seen it, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" It was so small in the grass. I thought it was a dog at first,
Yeah,
and there was no other deer around. So I'm like,
That's
"Well, shoot." So
crazy.
I ran out there and grabbed this
That's
thing, brought
awesome.
it back, and we gave it to whoever could handle,
Yeah.
taking a deer because we live in a neighborhood. We
I mean,
couldn't do it.
y'all are great people for that, though.
Man,
I mean, it takes a lot because I mean, you know, when you're busy with real life and
yeah,
you see an animal on the side, you're like, oh, poor thing. But, you know, your wife's the one to stop and help those animals. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Well, look, speaking of animals, I got something I want to ask you. My wife has this fascination for asking questions that are unrealistic, right? Because you would never come in encounter with this, but still fun to talk about.
always.
If you could fight an animal barehanded, no weapons, and take it, like you could defeat it, what animal do you think in a fist fight that you could take on? And I'm talking about like be reasonable
Well,
here.
I mean,
Like I'm talking about like we talking about like something that
I mean, like
it's a
that.
fair fight. You feel like it's a fair
saying I
fight.
can't beat up a koala or something.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
Well-
what do you think? Because I don't know enough about certain animals to know how they fight or not.
I just know animals, they're tough.
I mean, at first I said a kangaroo.
Oh man, I know.
I was
know y'all
like,
seen
because I saw
videos
that.
of these
Well, I saw that
kangaroos.
video where that dude went and rescued his dog and he punched that kangaroo, and I was like, he just stood there and took a punch.
This is true. I've seen that one too.
So like,
but I've seen some kangaroos that are just straight.
see, I haven't seen the videos
just
that
flexing.
I've
dude.
seen the flexing,
Like-
but I haven't seen the kangaroo be violent.
I don't know. Dude.
And if we can't have
they
weapons,
sit back on that tail and kick you.
but look, if we can't have weapons, can we roll around on the ground, get a stick that's sharp? Can we use that? Can we use weapons that are in the environment? Can we make our own rules, bro? Or is this?
I mean, if we're going Neanderthal on it,
I think if it's like,
you know,
I think no weapons,
Primal.
like as far as knives, guns, bow and arrow, anything like that. But you could pick a rock up. I mean, look at the Bible days, man. You know what I'm saying? They were doing things with the rocks. That was
Well-
the way that they had, you know. But I mean, what animal do you think you could take on? You saying a koala?
well, no, I'm not gonna say a koala. I'll go with like an animal that you see in the wild, and I've already talked about this animal once. I said a bobcat. You know, I feel
You could
like,
take a bobcat,
but
Would
they're
be your bare
tough,
hands?
dude. They kill deer.
man. I mean,
I
I've
mean-
seen some OG like dudes in the woods in the hood in the country, if you will.
They're gonna fuck
wrestle
you up.
alligators and stuff. But could you kill an alligator?
No, not with
I
your
don't think so
hands.
either.
Hell no.
I don't think so
Not
either.
a chance.
But what are animals like? Maybe I mean, you can mess a snake up, possibly,
Oh yeah, dude. You could whip a snake hard enough.
right? But what are
Like a
some of
whip.
those snakes? Because I was also thinking about like, what's the most fearful animals? Like, what are the animals you might fear? You're hunting, you want to get run up on.
A cougar, especially here
Yeah.
in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cougars, bears.
They're quiet, man.
The bears are the most brave animals, I
Yeah.
think, when they're in domesticated areas.
Yeah, but I think more or less. I think that's a good question. Where do the most bear attacks happen?
Yeah.
It's got to happen in like Alaska
gotta-
or something like that.
Yeah, let's look it up.
Because I don't think black bears really mess around with people like that too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Where do the most bear attacks occur?
Because it's gonna be somewhere grizzlies are, I think, or Kodiak bears, something
Dang,
like that.
Alaska and in national parks like Glacier and Yellowstone.
Yeah, so
We've always talked about Yellowstone.
Pretty darn close.
But bro, if you're going into Yellowstone,
And you get attacked by a bear.
you already know. Don't get out of the car.
That's right.
If you're at a campsite, look at this thing. Look, I'm fixing to pull this up for y'all. This is crazy. Look at this bear. If you're in the car,
The thing is, I bet half the attacks are people that think that they can
look,
just.
I don't mind
too
so much
close.
looking at this black bear.
No,
this thing?
That's a brown, but that's
This
a
brown
grizzly
bear
right there.
He looks like he's fixing to. He got his head down like he's gonna attack you. This one look like he about to give you a hug.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. Those black bears, they don't really. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you corner one, it's gonna probably not be too good for you. But yeah, I ain't picking a bear to fight.
Yeah.
Never.
I mean, and I definitely wouldn't want to be in the African jungle, safari or whatever you call it.
Everything's trying to eat you out there.
Those have the most dominant animals you could think of. Have you seen some of those attacks?
Yeah, forget the jungle, the Serengeti.
And bro, Naked and Afraid, my wife wanted to sign up. She also wants to go on Survivor.
well,
so
let me tell
bad.
you what, that Naked and Afraid behind cameras, they are protected.
You think?
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
Because some of the stuff, like when they're at the campsite and they say,
the
oh, there's so and so, and then they show the picture of it, I'm like, there's no way people aren't scaring that off from you.
Yeah,
Those animals aren't afraid of a fire close by that you made that was really
Yeah.
small.
no,
You better make a bonfire.
not, especially when there's a bunch of them.
Now they will stay away from the fire though. Now, because I've camped out a lot, and that is a real thing that most animals will stay away from the fire. But in America, we're
Yeah.
not talking
I
about
know.
in foreign
See, I
countries
think
where
something like there ain't no, a tiger, dude. That sucker's gonna snatch you.
you look
up.
at Joe Exotic. They snatched that old girl's arm off, snatched it off in the cage.
Yeah, it's messed up.
I'm not feeling that. I mean, because you could have 100 good days and one bad day,
That's right.
and that tiger will demolish you.
Look at Steve Irwin, man.
Yeah,
nobody,
Dude, that was the saddest thing.
nobody ever could have guessed
No.
that was gonna be it.
Right.
Damn stingray, man.
Yeah.
Come on. And then they want to say if he wouldn't have pulled it out, the barb out of his chest, then he had a better chance of surviving.
So what happened? Like, really? Do you know the whole story?
I mean, well enough to.
All I know is that he got stung by a stingray.
Yeah, well enough to talk about it. I mean, he was just, I think, swimming with one,
Yeah.
and then it just
Got it.
freaking tail whipped and hit him right in the chest.
I mean, I guess that could have happened to you anywhere, right?
But I mean, it's a big stingray, and those. I mean, if you've ever seen one, those.
I pet a stingray, like
Well-
at the in an
Yeah.
environment where they.
Yeah. Where probably
It's
the
controlled.
stingrays that don't have big, because not all of them
Yeah.
have barbs like that.
Yeah. But
Man.
damn, yeah. When that happened, man, I remember
Yeah,
that was
pretty
one of the
wild,
most
dude.
epic.
but he left something cool for his kids.
Yeah,
They do all the same stuff.
I know, and they're not afraid.
Yeah. Well, to be honest,
They might be afraid, but they.
watching him and Jeff Corbin growing up is why I felt like I knew how to pick up snakes. And I haven't had an accident yet, but I did pick up and catch a timber rattler.
Poisonous snake?
Yeah, timber rattler, a poisonous snake.
Timber rattler.
Yeah, well, because it was Halloween weekend, and there was like 50 kids. I might exaggerate a little bit, 20 to 30 kids, something like that, at the camp running around, and it was starting to get dark. And I was sitting by the outhouse with my daughter. She was going to the restroom, and I saw it. And I was like, as soon as she came out, I told her, I said, "You see that snake?"
Yeah, right here. This is
I thought it was a stick. Yeah, I got pictures of me
timber
holding
rattler.
it. Yeah, they're beautiful. And mine, the one I caught, looks way cooler than that. I'll have to show you.
That's really cool, though.
But they're protected and you can't kill them.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Can't kill them.
Yeah, so they were
If
at
they're
the
going
time.
to kill you, though.
Well, they were at the time protected. I don't think they are anymore.
I mean, I would say,
This was like.
take me to jail. I'm killing this thing.
Yeah, but.
Maybe not, though.
I just
run away.
It was cool. I caught the snake. I went and got a stick. I had her watch it because I thought it was a stick at first till I saw it move. So I went and I grabbed a stick, pinned its head down, caught it, and I went and showed everybody at camp, and they were all, oohing and ahhing, going, "That thing's alive?" So yeah, it's alive.
You're braver than me, bro.
Yeah,
I can't.
Dude, I took a
When it
knife.
comes to snakes, I don't.
I took a knife
I'll
and
deal with it.
his fangs were out and shot his venom out, and it shot all over my shirt. It was funny. Yeah.
Dylan's still here, you guys.
Still here.
He does crazy
And then
stuff
we
like
went and
this all the
released
time.
it. Yeah, then we went and released it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, once you do the venom, it's done, right? Or do you have to cut the fangs out?
Oh no, it's not done. No.
It can
All
regenerate?
I did was just hold
So-
his mouth open. And it's called.
But I mean, when
milking
they when they defang them, that's when they're non-poisonous.
it. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you.
Because I've
defang
heard
it
of that.
enough, but
I've heard that you can.
I've
make a
never done it myself.
poisonous snake, not poisonous.
Possible.
Yeah, I'm still not messing with that.
Yeah.
Who was the first person that was like, "Hey, I'm gonna rip these fangs out and take the chance"?
Yeah, no, I haven't tried that. No,
Nah,
I just
No.
catch them and release them.
Yeah, I mean, because you think about that
but
sometimes.
it's been a long time since I've done that.
That's crazy. But I mean, you think about that sometimes, right? Where you do things and
See, look, even I'm doing what my wife does is saving
Yeah, you
freaking
see.
snakes, just a little more extreme.
save snakes, but we go hard on the hog though,
Oh yeah, man.
because they just mess stuff up. And y'all
That's
know what I
funny.
mean,
We talked about the,
right?
somebody had mentioned, Justin mentioned about the game wardens.
The game warden stories.
Yeah, well, Angie.
All right, you
when
go
she-
ahead and tell yours, and then I'll.
Angie, too, I'll tell hers real quick. She called a few game wardens asking, like, where do I take this wild pig? Because her rehab place wouldn't do it either. So
Okay.
that's why I ain't saying their names. But
Yeah,
it's a pig, and they're
It's a pig.
destructive, so nobody wanted it. So she was like, this game warden said you should just shoot it. But no, one time I was out in Canyon Lake with my buddy Kyle, and his mom rented us a jet ski, so we were cruising around on the jet ski all day, and we had a cooler of beer, and we had a good time just hanging out, just, going from point A to point B,
Yeah.
jumping off the cliffs, doing this, doing that. Well, it was getting towards the end of the rental, so we started headed back to where you turn it in, and he goes, hey, man, I only got like 30 more minutes. So I said, cool. And I just jumped off the back of the jet ski and just into the water with the cooler.
Right.
And the cooler, it's got a bunch of empties in it. It just sounds like they're all just rattling around in the melted water, melted ice. And so I reach in there and I grab one, and he takes off on the jet ski, right?
yeah.
So I grab a beer, and I have my sunglasses on and a hat, and I just lay back in the water with one hand on the cooler, and I just have this beer open and just dumping it on my face, drinking like half of it. Just blah, 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 blah.
Getting it.
Yeah, I was, dude, having a good time. And it's the funniest thing, because when I came out of this beer bath, I see two game wardens standing on the front of their boat.
Scary.
Dude, they're looking at me.
Scary.
They're like, did
What
y'all
you-
just have an altercation?
Oh, okay. They thought y'all were fighting.
Yeah, they thought that we were fighting, and I jumped off or whatever, because they were super cool. They were like, I was like, no, man, he just got a few minutes left.
Yeah, Canyon
And I
Lake's
thought
cool.
they were gonna get on us for drinking and
Right.
boating,
They've been
but
watching y'all.
you know, we weren't doing nothing stupid. We were
Right.
just doing little things here and there, not nobody's way.
Yeah.
And after I told them that, they were like, well, look, it's not too safe to just be floating right here with your cooler. And then I said, no problem. And I started backpedaling closer to the bank.
Yeah.
And they took off. Didn't
Yeah,
give
because
me
they're
no
wild
trouble.
out there at Canyon Lake.
Yeah, that gave me no trouble, though.
Well, I
It was
mean, because
like,
we were out there on that little
Cool.
point. So we go to, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what it's called, but it's on the southern side of the lake towards San Antonio. But there's like several different parks you can go to
Yeah.
out there. And we
I'm
go
not
out
too
there.
familiar with it either.
The same time that we went to the Natural Bridge Caverns where we were talking about the ostrich and all that, we were also staying in Canyon Lake at an Airbnb. And we're going out, and my wife and I, we walked all the way out to this point, and we were going to swim back. And this, mind you, this is after the COVID story. Don't have a lot of breath. And look, I just jump roped earlier.
And I was highly impressed by that. That
And
was,
look.
I mean, you don't see a lot of kids doing jump rope like that, and you had a little short rope.
I appreciate that. I had to bend down. You know, I'm 6 foot. My daughter's like 3.5 foot tall.
You did kind of flex on her, dude.
But like, you know, I was doing the thing. But like, I was out of breath so bad that I said, Dylan, I gotta start working out. We got to put a workout program together. But yeah, we were out there, got in the water, started swimming back to where Chad and Candace were. I thought I was gonna die. You know, no game warden story, but
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna die, man. But luckily, I'm still here. I made it. But on the game warden story, the same cop that I was telling about earlier
Yeah.
in a previous podcast, he got a call in that people were shooting off the power lines. I may or may not have been close. Don't remember exactly.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
it was foggy. It's been some years.
Yeah, I mean, I was way younger, man. I mean, 20 years ago. But anyway, so he comes out there, and a couple of us still had our hands on our weapons, and here they come out. They're holding their hands on their weapons, and one of our friends was like, y'all drop the guns. You know,
Right.
they'll stop aiming at us.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
everybody
put the
put their
guns away.
guns against the truck, and then they, of course, let it go. But he said, I got a call. Somebody's shooting off the power lines in that vehicle right there. I'm not going to say whose vehicle it was, what day it was, what cop it was, or anything like this. But, you know, basically I knew that I'm very, very serious when it comes to gun safety.
Yeah.
Nobody was in danger of anything, okay?
Yeah.
We were way out in the country. But regardless of that, we're dove hunting, bro.
Oh, that's some of the best.
What's the
hunting.
rules? How many can you keep in the chamber?
Oh, everybody knows 3.
All right.
You better
Okay.
make a plug.
Back then, we didn't have like pre-manufactured plugs. We might have. I didn't have one.
Well, I know a number 2 pencil works real well.
Number 2. Okay, so you know that, right?
Yeah.
All right. I knew a stick about the size of a number 2 pencil would work enough. Didn't think the game warden was coming though.
Yeah.
So I didn't pick a sturdy stick. I just got a stick, threw it in there.
Made
And
it
so
work.
he's checking, he's going through a couple of the friends' rifles. And when he got to mine, shotguns rather, I'm so stupid, but shotguns.
Right.
So he gets to mine, and I'm like, please don't just shove it in there, man.
Did you tell
Or
him
you're
this?
going to right. Yeah, I told him. I said, there's a stick in there.
Like it's plugged, man. But
It's plugged.
but be careful.
And I know how plugged it is because when I go in slowly, it stops. And he was like, we gonna see. But he was cool though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he goes in there and he pushes it up and the
It
fourth
stopped.
shell got halfway. No, I'm more than that.
Oh,
Cause
yeah.
he was almost like, I got you. and then it stopped with about this much left.
That stick was doing this.
Oh, it was flexing. I knew it was gonna break.
Yeah.
But luckily,
That's cool though.
it worked out.
Yeah. I mean,
Because what is that
because
fine?
I mean, look, even
I don't know what that fine is.
It doesn't matter, no, bro, because he would have opened up your gun, and
And seen there was
if a
something.
stick would have fallen out,
Yeah.
he probably would have been like, "You better
Yeah.
find a better stick or put the gun up."
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you, Dylan. Okay, I used to be rebellious.
Well,
Okay.
I've been there.
So this same cop that was a game warden pulled me over doing 150 miles an hour in my Chevrolet. It was my first truck. I was 16, 17 years old.
Well, I mean, that
So
was
think
pretty
about it.
fast, Tony.
Dude, my dad bought me, thank you, Dad. I missed this truck. We should rebuild one, Father. 80 model Chevrolet, 400 small block,
Nice.
lowered fat tires on it, 3-speed manual transmission, 400 horsepower. You know what I mean?
Scoot.
Great truck.
What color?
Purple.
Man, that's my favorite.
Barney
color, dude.
purple.
Like your hoodie.
Like my LSU hoodie that was purple.
Come on,
People, we
man.
called it the purple people eater. Because anybody that wanted to race me is done. You're done.
You knew you had it by second gear.
You're done. And my dad taught me how to drive that thing. I didn't know how to drive it at first. I'm 16.
Right.
400 small block.
Oh.
3-speed transmission. When have you ever seen that? And most of you that drive manuals know that there's probably a 5, 6-speed. That's all you might see. 2-speed power glide exists. That was in our IMCA modified. 3-speed though.
Yeah.
Really low first gear, a little bit higher second gear, really high third. So when you're in the third,
That's like you're already going.
you
100
can go from 50, 60 to 150, no problem.
Oh, so you're switching that? I got you.
Like you got a high gear,
Yeah.
like you can go 100 miles an hour in that gear. So he pulls me over and he goes, "Hey Tony, what you doing, man?" I said, "I'm not gonna say your name, but if you're listening, I appreciate you. Okay, much appreciated." For real, bro. He
Yeah.
could have hemmed me up.
Yeah, for sure.
So he said, "You must be late."
I was so late.
I was so late. I mean, I wasn't even that late. I was 30 minutes late. But he let me go and he said, "Tony, if I ever see you driving this fast again, I'll have your truck. I'll have your life."
He was teaching you something, man.
Yeah, he allowed me to make one. Because I mean, look, we're not talking about 2010 or nothing like that.
Right.
We're talking 2001, 2, 3,
Yeah.
in there. 2000. Matter of fact, it was 2001 because I graduated in 04. I started driving in 01,
Dang, man.
right? Gas was $1. Less than $1. I think it was like 97 cents. But it was so cool. Like, when we talk about these game warden stories that most of these game wardens are really cool. They might evaluate you for a little while, see if you're really messing up.
Well, I mean, I've never been in the situation of doing something illegal, and if you are doing that,
Yeah.
then I mean, like,
Yeah, you on the fence.
I mean, well, okay, I'll correct myself. There's a game warden out there that taught me a lesson. I was out with my kids at this park, and we're just trying to catch perch, dude. We're not doing nothing
Okay.
crazy. And,
Fishing.
Yeah, fishing. We're just fishing. And we were camping out there with my mom and my dad. And this was like towards the evening, and I had like a little bag of cat food. Dog food is what it was, actually, not cat food. And I'm tossing this off in the water for, to get the brim to come up and eat and catch them. Well,
Yeah.
little did I know, this was like my first real encounter with,
Where was this at?
with gator. This was at Martin D's Park
In Houston area?
in Texas.
In Texas.
Yeah, it's like past Huntsville.
Okay.
It's in like Jasper, Texas.
Jasper.
That area. Yeah.
Okay. So near. Okay, I think I know what you're talking
Yeah, it's a pretty big lake there, and
about. Lake Livingston?
no, it's different lake. But we're
Close.
down there. It's like out. Man, you'd have to look it up. I forget exactly where it is.
I'll look it up.
But we're there, dude, and I'm throwing this stuff in there, and here come these dang gators, dude. 2 of them. And they're eating the dog food. And my kids are young at this point, so it's
Sam Rayburn?
it's cool to us. Yeah, up that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So y'all catching fish. You're throwing bait to
Well,
them.
we're throwing the food in the water, and then
Alright.
the gators show up, and that becomes the entertainment.
Wow.
So we're like watching these gators.
in Texas. Gators in Texas. Folks.
Yeah. And I see these headlights coming down the road. It just something in my head was just like game warden, green jeans.
Yeah, that's funny, huh?
So here they come around the corner. The dude comes walking up on us, and we're throwing the foods in the water, and the gators are eating it. Well, little did I know that that it's illegal, just as illegal as it is to be hunting in the national forest or whatever,
Yeah.
and putting corn on the ground. It's just as illegal putting food in the water. And I'm like,
Had no idea.
I'm like, sir.
like, how would you know that?
I'm like, sir, look, I abide by the rules,
Excuse me.
and I did not put 2 and 2 together. I had no idea. 'Cause
I mean, why
I
would
grew up in my neighborhood
Right.
pond and lakes, putting, chum in the water. But you can't do that. So don't do that in these national parks. Don't be putting
Yeah.
food in the water because it's illegal.
And
It's
also,
a PSA.
don't be doing it in Yellowstone either, because you don't get your ass ate up.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah. Bear gonna get you.
bear's gonna get you.
It's not Yogi.
Yeah, we talking about
Not Yogi out there.
the square bear.
And if you're in Alaska, carry some mace or a gun or something with you.
Man, you got to
Do something to protect yourself.
You really do. You really do. The bears are crazy.
Not just
I mean,
a
and I've seen
camera.
these videos where people are eating like lunch.
Bears
with the
don't
bears.
care. They don't care.
But I mean, what's this deal with the people? I'm confused on this situation.
What's that?
You seen those videos where like the bears will go to the picnic table and they're feeding them a sandwich or something?
Well, those are like black bears, I'm pretty sure.
That's what I was saying about the face.
Yeah, black bears are
Right?
like, I don't like, look, the statistic of black bears
Let's
is
look it up.
super low, guaranteed.
It's the black bears.
Look,
Our
I
black
got you right
bears.
here.
Likely
Oh,
to
look,
attack.
look. We got,
Yeah. Look, this is Dylan. Look, read it off of here. Look, we finished. Tell these people this right here. Look, check this out.
Let's see, what do we have on this bar right here?
Y'all check this out.
Okay, I got you.
Look,
Oh yeah, black bears are generally less likely to attack than other bear species. Yeah, because I mean they're mainly, I mean they are herbivores and they eat a lot of berries and fruits and stuff like that, grass and leaves and whatnot. But that's the problem. Whenever they get comfortable in their dang eating trash out of your front yard and stuff like that, and breaking into your car to get your lunch
right.
before you come out of work to get your lunch. So, I mean, you see a lot of videos like that on YouTube.
Right. And then saying that they're most likely to attack in a defensive mode.
Oh, yeah, don't get in between their cubs.
Right.
Oh, yeah, and don't think you can climb a tree to get away from a bear, because if you've ever seen some videos, a bear can climb a tree like a damn squirrel.
I haven't seen one climb it, but like right here on Habitat, it says black bears are more likely to attack in areas with less development. So if you're, and I think that's what we were talking about earlier, right? It's like a populated area. They're used to coming in and getting the trash.
They're like a
and-
raccoon,
yeah,
man.
right.
They're just like a raccoon. They're in the same family. Raccoons are in
Yeah.
the same family as bears.
And then look, safety tips, you guys, if y'all are out there in the woods with the bears, if you see a bear, don't run.
Yell at
Quietly
'em.
move away, leave the area.
Don't
If a
listen
black
to
bear
me.
does not approach you, make yourself look big, make loud noises, clap your hands, try to be dominant. They're,
I see a lot of people yelling, "Hey, bear!
yeah, hey bear.
Hey, bear!"
Right. The black bears aren't gonna mess you up too much, but the grizzlies, like
Oh, you're fucked.
they walk with their head down, like they're ready to tear something up.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's those photographers that think the bears care, and they don't.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying, the things, people finding you with your legs gone.
It's crazy.
Come on.
Don't want to have that.
Kodiak bear is the biggest bear there is.
Yeah.
Well, other than a polar bear.
Kodak bear?
Kodiak.
Is that where Kodiak?
Yeah.
I was fixing to say, is that where Kodak got his name from?
Oh, I don't know, dude. Hold on.
Kodak Black. Which, you know, Kodak Black, I ain't
Well,
going
polar
to dive
bear's the
into this,
biggest
but
bear.
look, Kodak Black, he is on this thing right now to where he's making you guys think that he's on drugs and all this stuff, and he's making all the videos go viral. It's brilliant, brilliant marketing. You can say what you want about me. Don't like rap, I don't care. But Kodak Black is genius marketer. But yeah, brother. I mean, and you know who else is a genius marketer? Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah. we've
And
been
you know
talking
why I
about
think
it,
that, man? Because, you know, he just started Greenback Records. And I'm going to be real, man. I follow MMA really tough, right?
Oh, we were always watching MMA, dude. I remember that forever.
Yeah. My dad introduced me to the first MMA match ever.
Yeah.
UFC 1. Hoist Gracie and others. And if you know what I mean, Hoist Gracie, that's why I say that.
It was epic.
He was dominant. But there was also like Tank Abbott, other people. You know, I forgot where I was going with that whole promotion, the Greenback Records.
Oh yeah, with Conor McGregor, man.
So look, he
An
just
exhibit.
signed, and I got to do more research on it. But I'm looking right here, and I know that he signed Exhibit. I saw his interview with Drink Champs, you know, Norier and those
awesome.
guys, and I think it's awesome because Exhibit actually took up for Conor whenever the call out came to where it was like, what he's got
That's
to
the
offer.
same exhibit from Pimp My Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I know.
And I thought he would never make a record again. Dr. Dre's apparently involved
with
in
this too, yeah.
one of his records or some of multiple.
That's cool.
You know, and I'm like, man, this is so awesome because there's so many politics in hip hop, you know, and a lot of you new listeners, you don't know this, but I was heavily involved in hip hop for a long time. We're going to have actually one of my favorite artists alive and best friends come on soon, Rashid.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's triple platinum on Lil Troy's album, Sitting Fat Down South. We're going to see him. But, you know, it goes to show me that hip-hop's not dead for real. They said it was, and I really was believing it because of all this saturation that's going on with the
mumble
man,
stuff.
come on, bro.
Yeah.
Say something.
Yeah.
You know, if you hear my records, you can hear what I say. I might not have been the most popular, but like I felt like
you
I
gotta
had
listen to what
something
you say, though.
heartfelt to say, you know. And I feel like Exhibit, when he was having this interview and he was defending it, because I didn't even look into it until I saw Exhibit's interview. But I did see, because I follow Conor McGregor and I follow Greenback Records. So I did see that Bone Thugs were coming out, and I go, whoa, Bone Thugs?
Yeah.
Signing with Greenback? What is
That's
this?
wild.
This
Yeah,
is wild.
no,
That
we-
means
yeah,
Conor
you
was
were
a fan
showing
of
me.
them and decided that he liked their music enough that he was going to put his promotion on it, which is so dope, dude. Like I know you hadn't been like super involved in the
Yeah.
hip hop politics, but this is so dope because you take UFC and MMA fighting, and what is it? It's versatile, right? You got Muay Thai, you got Taekwondo, you got Jiu-Jitsu, you got MMA.
Yeah, mixed martial arts.
You know, you got people doing what's that Randy Couture does?
Shoot,
Roman
got me.
Greco-Roman wrestling, right?
all
That's
kinds of
some
different
serious
things.
stuff. That's upper body strength, like you can really manhandle people, right? And so for Conor McGregor, I'm gonna be real, man. And could you say this, that you would have any idea that he would dabble in music?
Nah.
I've never would even put it to like two and two together. But look, Conor's coming at it with a whole new mentality. He launched the label in July 24, and you know, he was excited to create Ireland's first major record label, because I mean that's what he is. Anything he touches is major, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Conor, love you to death, man. Stay away from the whiskey. Let Kentucky handle that. Let the people who've been doing
I
this.
haven't tried it yet, Connor, but I'm being told.
Look, I mean, if you stood in front of me and you put 10 grand behind this episode, or maybe 100, I like Irish whiskey. Okay.
I like that Jameson. That Jameson.
James is cool.
I turn into Jamie if I drink too much of that.
Yeah, you really do. You turn into another. But that's why I like that expensive whiskey, the Kentucky bourbon. It's
that whiskey right there,
the center style,
is like drinking water.
Yeah, it's great. It's 108 proof, really good.
But
anyway, so look. So on the promotion side of things with Conor McGregor, he plans to promote them with the mixed martial artist background, like to those fans, because if you really look at a lot of the fighters that come out, what do they listen to? Hip hop.
Listen to hip hop, rap.
Most people.
Yeah.
In a gym, working out, hip hop's coming on.
Hype music.
It's hyper music. I mean, I know a lot of fans.
Some people listen to rock stuff like that.
Heavy metal, rock and roll, and hip hop. I think is probably the most popular music in MMA, right? Mm-hmm. But this is just so cool to see him do that because, Exhibit did bring us Pimp My Ride, and he did bring us.
That was wild. They were putting fish tanks in cars, man.
Oh,
fish
unique,
tanks in
man.
cars.
So I'm curious to see, honestly, man.
I would watch that show, and my mom would be like, "They're putting a damn fish tank in the center console. How they gonna feed the fish?"
For real.
See, my mom was asking the right questions. I was young watching it,
right?
Just thinking, "Look at this, Mom. They're putting a fish tank in the car."
Yeah, it's cool, right? But look, the last thing I'm gonna say about this whole record thing, the coolest thing, and I say this because I'm an artist, and there's a lot of things that that have come in my path that prevented me from doing things. And it's politics.
Yeah.
So to see this do great, and I hope it does great things, but the main thing in it, what I'm saying is, he's allowing them to own their own masters. Almost unheard of. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you know what like? For the standard person, if you don't know what it's like to own your own master. So like, I own all of my masters. Everything I've ever done, I own it all.
All the songs, everything.
Right. And
that's the final version.
Yeah. Well, not so much.
No.
Okay. So owning your own masters are like, you get your record mastered by a mastering engineer.
That's like people send that to you.
Yes. But then they send it off to me to mix it, make it sound good. And then I send it off to a real analog mastering engineer.
Gotcha.
And we get the capitalization of like the real CD quality.
Yeah.
I mean, if you remember back in the day when you popped a CD in and you could turn it up, it's loud. Try to stream a song in your car.
Right. It's not the same. Some are different than others. It just depends on.
You're not getting loud.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, unless you have a CD or the actual original file from the Dropbox or email, you're not getting you're not getting the quality. So I have a mastering engineer, and he masters all my stuff accordingly. When I put it online, I get an online master. I get a CD master. I get an instrumental master. I get an acapella master.
All the versions.
I get everything like that.
Yeah.
And I own all of my own stuff because I did not sell myself to somebody to release this for me. So owning your own masters is more like you own the record, you put it out, you have all control. When you give up that control to like Universal, Sony, Def Jam, all of that, you're releasing the money that comes off the masters, and they're telling you, hey, here's the percentage you're going to get off of it. We may give you $1 million up front, but we're expecting that back. That's what Exhibit was talking about. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I own my own stuff. I'm excited about this. Mm-hmm. He's coming in. I see his vision. He sees mine. Cool.
Yeah, it's just interesting being with Conor, you know what I mean? Conor's quite the character.
I love it.
I like Conor, man.
Because look, I mean,
he's a cocky son of a bitch,
dude, isn't he?
But he's entertaining, man.
Right. Because even taking losses,
but he seems just
he's
like
still
us,
like up there, right?
Yeah, of course, because he knows what he has.
He lost his like past 4 fights. You know that, right?
He don't give a shit. He don't
care.
Fuck.
It don't matter whenever. Yeah, we don't give a.
He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because like man, that the most brilliant was like the Floyd Mayweather. Did you follow that at all?
I've seen it, but
Did you realize what was happening though?
Money was just being transferred from pocket to pocket.
Yeah. They were teamed up.
What's up, bro?
They weren't like hating each other.
Nah.
They knew what was up, because if you watch that one press conference where kind of like the one interviewer, like one of the, what do you call them?
I mean, reporters.
Yeah, one of the reporters. He was
Yeah.
trying to ask a question, and Connor was like, "Get him out of," and because Floyd said, "Hey, something," and Connor was like, "Yeah, you can get out of here. Shut your mouth." You know, it was hilarious, bro.
Can put you in an arm bar.
Yeah.
fucking knock your ass out.
Dude, I mean, what? But the coolest thing to me was when Nate Diaz beat Conor McGregor, because
Yeah, I mean, it did happen.
I mean, at the same time that he said that, when Nate won,
Nate Diaz is a badass dude.
but let me ask you this: did you watch that fight?
I'm 100% sure I watched
Okay.
that fight.
Do you remember what Nate said at the end?
I don't.
He said, "I'm not surprised, mother effer," and I wasn't either, because Conor was a stand-up striker, no wrestling game.
He is.
He got in your head before he got in the match, and he dominated you. He beat Jose Aldo before he even threw the first punch.
Diaz is a brawler. He's strategic too.
He was strategic in the mind. And then when people started realizing that he couldn't get to him anymore, that's when he started losing. But he also got back in people's mind. That's why he beat Nate the second time. You know, Nate wasn't there. Nate was there the second time for the money. He wasn't there to fight. He had already proved himself.
A lot of fighters do that.
He'll probably tell you that too. You know, like, yeah, whatever. You know,
A lot of fighters will fight somebody for the money. They know
Yeah.
they're the bag.
well, I mean, but if you know Nate, he's not that guy.
No, yeah.
Like, right, he took that fight on the first time,
Hey, it just takes a punch.
and
man.
dude, he goes, "Oh, you're a wrestler now? Oh, I started punching you, and now you want to shoot on me?" And if you've seen Nate's fights, man, he's taking people down, put his legs around your neck, and started raising his arms like, I know I got this.
Yeah.
It's not even a, because now that's how Nate helped people get educated in what was coming. You know what I mean? Like how
Yeah.
Joe Rogan can tell you, oh, the people in the position. Well, I've watched the UFC since number 1, bro.
See, those are the people that Dana White's like, you know, that's who I want fighting.
Right.
I need those Nate Diaz. I
Yeah.
need those freaking.
Yeah. But
You
see,
know
they don't
what
want
I'm
to
saying?
pay him.
The Conor
Like they want
McGregors.
that publicity that they want to pay him like that. But then the people that really put on the show that don't talk too much, they don't want to pay him. That's what happened with Nate. That's why Nate turned that third deal down, because they were talking all this money and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you know, it was like, what's this about, man? Like you trying to lowball me. Conor, yeah, he was the man in the news and blah, blah, blah. But you want me to come fight for, and I'm not factual on this, you guys. I'm just saying.
Right.
Think about if you weren't in the news so much and I came, but you know that you're the fight.
Yeah. Everybody wants to see me.
Right.
Right.
And I say, here's $5 million. And you know they're fixing to pay me 40. Why would you want to sign that contract?
I mean,
That's what happened. But anyways, what else we got interesting to talk about, man?
man, you know, we're all over the place. I can tell you what.
You got
know,
some in your notes that you
I know that, you know, you were talking about racing earlier with your car, with your truck that was hauling ass, you know,
Yeah.
you got pulled over. Well, this one's similar. This one's not in the truck. I got a story about that one, but I'm gonna save that one. I got that one up my sleeve.
Okay.
This was a time my brother, and he'll tell you about this. His view might
Shout
be
out Dakota.
Dakota.
What's up, Dakota?
He's getting married here soon.
Hey, man, congratulations,
Yeah.
brother. I hope y'all have a happy marriage, man.
Yeah, so and he's still alive. I've put him through some shit,
Yeah.
but there's one of the few times we were young. He was sitting on the back of the 4-wheeler, and we had I think a bag of corn back there too, and you know, this dearly. So I got tons of memories out there in Cleveland, Texas. Well, a buddy of mine, he's got his 4-wheeler, and you know, I'm probably 16, 15, and my brother, he's 10, 9. Because it's 6.5 year difference. Well, I'm hauling ass racing this dude, and we go to freaking turning the corner on this thing, and I didn't want to roll the four wheeler because I could feel it like getting ready to roll.
Yeah.
So I just like kept holding the throttle, but I rode it out, and we rode because the road was the road, and it was like a dusty white sandy road.
Right.
But the off the road at this point wasn't trees, it was thorn bushes. So we're going through the thorn bushes.
Tearing your arms up.
Look, it gets better, dude.
Okay, I'm listening.
Like, I come out of it, and I'm still hauling ass down the road. Like, maybe for look, my brother, he'll tell you 10 minutes. He heard me disappear, but he was just young, so we're not going to go with that story. So I look back behind me because I know we just went through some shit, and my brother's gone. So I'm like, oh no, he's not on the four-wheeler anymore. So I put on the brakes, turn around, I go looking for him. When I went off into the thorn bushes, my brother, he's still laying there in the same position, not moving.
No way.
And he looks at me like the corn bag is here. He's laying in the thorn bushes just like this. Oh, like not too cut up, but he was definitely cut up by the thorns. And he's like, "What the?"
Yeah. I can imagine him too. Like if you knew Dakota, you know
man.
like his body language.
It was funny.
He's
He
cool.
goes, "Dude."
What's going on, man?
Yeah, dude. So I picked him up, and me and him had a little talk where I was like, "Look, you can't go back to camp telling Dad and everybody that this happened. We saw an armadillo, and you jumped off the four-wheeler and ran through these bushes to go look for it." And he stayed true to it. He went and told that story in camp, but none of them fucking believed him.
That's dedicated. That's dedicated.
Oh, yeah. They didn't believe him, but they went with it. They were like, all right, well, everybody's still good, so
Yeah.
whatever. Just boys being boys.
For real.
Yeah, that was a wild one.
Man.
That was a good story. I'll never forget that.
Yeah. Brotherly love.
That's right.
Have more adventures with your brothers.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we got to do, man. We got
Stay
to
in touch with them.
We have to go on more trips. My dad's been wanting to go hunting. It's been a couple years since we've been hunting.
Hunting's the best way to get an unforgettable memory.
Yeah, we got to come give y'all some stories.
Best camaraderie that way, Talking, Look, talking by the campfire.
Yeah. We could tell y'all some stories. And I will say this, Dylan had a good story earlier about the Golden Gate Bridge. Tell them about this.
So, I actually got the answer to one of the questions, but the Golden Gate Bridge, right? You got...
Crazy. This is crazy.
You ask yourself the question, how many people have jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge? Answer it, 2,000. Since, what was it, 1937, there's been 2,000 people that have jumped off of it attempting suicide. And 1,999 of them
didn't make it.
Were successful in committing suicide.
Wow.
And then you got one guy.
He made it.
He made it. He survived it. Kevin Hines. And guess what he's doing? He was around. Well, it was. Oh, wait a minute. I'm lying to you. So there's around 40 people that have survived jumping it. But Kevin Hines, he ended up being a, suicide watch awareness speaker after that. Imagine that.
That's awesome.
Okay, so the original data was wrong. So there was around 40 people known to have survived after jumping off the bridge.
And I've been
out of 2,000.
Have you been to the Golden Gate Bridge?
I've never seen it
in
person.
Okay, look. It's ridiculously high.
Right.
There's in that area that used to be a military operation, kind of like where when the ships would come in and there would be a war.
Yeah.
You can go up underneath the Golden Gate and you can see where the things were to shoot out the cannons. The little windows.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I love looking at old history,
So
seeing it
looking
hand on.
at, and I have a video where we watched the Blue Angels, the Jets, the last time we were
I've got a
there.
great story about those.
We got to see those, and we were riding across the Golden Gate Bridge while these were going, and looking. You can't really look down while you're driving across it, but when you go underneath it, you can really appreciate the depth of how high that is.
Yeah.
Never would jump off.
Let me tell you what about those Blue Angels, the Jets.
Uh-huh.
So this was on a Friday. They had a show on Saturday. This was in Pasadena, Texas.
Okay.
This is back when I was plumbing down there, early in my plumbing career. We were doing the ground on a Bryant Dental, a dental office.
Okay.
So we're doing this digging and getting the ground put in, getting ready for the inspection on Saturday. And the Blue Angels were practicing above us. Usually they'll have colored smoke behind the Jets,
Right.
but this time they just had white smoke.
White smoke.
It was just
That's
practice,
how this was over
practice smoke, Well, I feel like they were playing with us because I feel like they could see us from the sky because we're out there working. It's just three of us, right? We're out there doing our thing. But, so many different times we're standing there holding the shovel or got the machine turned off looking up at the sky because they're doing all this stuff. And I remember this one time that like they were above us and then they just straight down, dive down.
That's cool.
Dove right down on us.
That's awesome.
And then they just freaking bucked a 90 and just took off. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You couldn't have asked for a better show while you're out there in the heat plumbing.
Yeah.
That was,
Blue Angels, they're amazing. I mean, they do great things.
Imagine that job.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Flying a jet. We got all these plane tragedies, and these guys are out here in a jet just freaking cutting.
And I looked that up while I asked. Okay, I semi looked it up. It's not factual, but I think because there's so little to report in the news that we're just seeing more reports of plane crashes. But apparently in 2024, from January to right now, there were like half the amount of crashes this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I seen a video of a dude. He was jumping out the plane, videoing the plane that he just crashed in, getting out of. I mean, can you imagine how freaking the trips he's going through in his brain on the way to the ground, and all the passengers that survive.
Yeah.
That's something I don't want. Like I would much rather roll the dice, drive on the dang road across the country because it looks cool from airplane view.
Yeah.
I'm sure it looks cool, but I mean, at some point it's just a big blur of colors down there, man. I want to be on the road. I want to see it hand on. I want to go down the roads. I want to see the houses off in the pastures and all that stuff. I think it's neat.
I'm tired tonight. Yeah, it is very, very neat.
It happens, man.
Yeah. Let's take a shot.
Take a shot.
Like we're almost an hour in.
We're gonna take a shot, and then I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
We hadn't taken a shot.
I done broke the seal earlier.
And while Dylan takes a bathroom break, we may do like a little storytelling event that I want y'all to like add on to.
You're gonna have to listen to this. I think it could be fun. Cheers to all the listeners and everybody following.
And if you don't drink, much respect to you. My brother is a sober guy now, served in the military, and went through his times. And I'm going to just say, it takes a lot out of a person to admit, when you're having a problem with something. It's hard to do. But when you do have a problem with something, you're able to admit it. That's growth. That's stuff that, it's not something that's very easily done. I've had a lot of people accuse me of being alcoholic and, addict, whatever. I'm not. I know myself. I know what I can handle and what I can't. You know, do I drink sometimes more than I should? Yeah. Don't have a problem with it.
Guilty.
You
I've
know?
done it before.
I mean, think about it though. Like, how can you judge me? Judge yourself. Judge yourself. You don't know me. You don't know my life. You don't know anything about me. And so when people tell me these things, I'm not listening. I hear you. I'm not listening though.
Yeah.
You know, because man, alcoholism is something very hard to overcome. I've seen people and been in their lives that struggle with it.
It comes with depression.
It's definitely something that triggers more of it.
Yeah.
But it's something that is just in you, bro.
Yeah.
And you can't help it.
Not discrediting anybody's elements, but I think it once you get to a point of drinking so much and it's just a consistent thing.
Yeah.
You gotta be depressed, man.
Yeah, you're definitely probably that comes along with it.
Yeah.
But there's people that really can't stop.
Yeah. Oh,
like right now, man,
it.
if you said, "Hey Tony, man, I think you drank too much." I'd be like, "Okay. I'll not drink. If that bothers you,
yeah.
I won't drink anymore."
Right. No, yeah,
But I'm drinking cuz I enjoy Kentucky bourbon. I enjoy.
We were at the store buying that bottle, and a random guy walked up, and he was like listening to our conversation with the lady,
right?
And he was like, he said to his wife or his girlfriend, whatever she was, she was like, something about that Kentucky bourbon, Kentucky, and I was like, we said the same thing, man.
Yeah, funny. Kentucky. I mean, look, I'm not gonna knock any of the other states. Because some states have great whiskey, but Kentucky...
Y'all tell us if you think any other places have better whiskey.
Yeah, please comment. Comment. I need to know...
Argue with us.
Yeah, argue with me. Tell me that Kentucky bourbon ain't the best. I want to know, and I want to know what you drink.
We'll go get it, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I will. I'm definitely that guy. But I have noticed that anything over the 50s... man, Dylan, now I'm thinking about it.
There was that one you had the other day that was under 50 that you actually liked.
What
was that one?
Dang it.
Don't remember. I forget the name. We'll bring it up, but...
Don't remember. But I do remember, like the Wild Turkey, the barrel strength.
Barrel strength, yeah. Well, it's single barrel and small batch is what you prefer.
Yeah.
And I like the woody, earthy...
Yeah. Yeah, like Dylan prefers the Cattle Drive. There's a Louisiana bourbon that we just got that. No, it's not Louisiana. It's Kentucky.
I really like this one.
But it tastes like...
Because it's so smooth.
It tastes like, you didn't clean the crawfish enough.
Oh, I like that too because I like a... I
really want to know what that is. We're going to comment on it.
Like a dirty... It was like a...
It's good.
Dirty water whiskey.
Yeah, it's like I'm drinking dirty crawfish water.
Yeah, dude. I mean... It's weird to say,
but it's real.
It was damn good.
Yeah, we'll let y'all know. But I mean, back to the thing. Look, we respect you if you don't drink. We respect you if you do. This is a podcast for anybody and everybody. We're not discriminating.
You do what you do in your own home.
Right. And we don't want to be the platform that's like, oh, we shaming you or whatever. Even if you've got that mental health and you're down on yourself, we want you to listen to this and have some kind of uplifting message that we provide. Look, I haven't ever had...
Connect in one way or the other. I mean,
listen, Dylan, we talked about this today, and I'm not going to dive in deep to this dark place that I was in, but I got to tell you a lot of the stories and the places that I've been and the darkness that I've been in. And
pretty much right before we met.
Right.
Yeah, man.
And the great thing about it is, God allowed me to see that there was another life. A life that I didn't know. And little did I know. And I'm not a priest. I'm not telling you how to do your religion. None of that. But what worked for me is I was depressed, Dylan.
Yep.
I was not an alcoholic, though.
Right.
I did drink sometimes, but when I was depressed, I just wanted to be by myself down in the bed, just playing video games, watching movies.
Extra.
I don't even want nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't even... I didn't care if I got up the next day.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man.
You know, but I got tired of that. Didn't have anybody coming in my life to tell me, "Hey, Tony, you should probably pray, or you should probably turn your life to God." This was what was amazing about it.
Right.
I was at my lowest of my lows.
And
And you knew me around here, man. Like you knew,
Right.
And I probably painted a picture that I was like up on my ego, like I'm rapping, I'm doing my thing.
Well,
but when I go home,
yeah, man,
I got stuff in my head.
and that's how you handled it. You know, not some people would drink too much or get too far into something else, but you took it in a different route.
Yeah, I didn't ever want anybody to see me like that, but I think people knew. But I laid in the bed one day and I gave up because, man, I felt like I was doing it my way over and over and it was failing.
Right.
So when I came to a point to say, I'm doing it my way and I don't want to do it my way anymore.
You gave yourself to God.
And I had known God previously through my mother and my father. My mom was a real church-going woman. She never really I don't think she's ever been drunk in her life. Thanks, Mom, because there's not a lot of people like that. But, like, that's the way I was feeling.
Right.
And I laid in that bed and I said, my higher power, if you want to treat it like this, to my higher power, I chose to call that higher power God. But to my higher power, I give up. I want you to come into my life and show me how to do things. I've been doing it my way. My way is not working.
Right.
And ever since I did that,
take the stress off of me.
My anxiety has been tremendously different. Tremendously.
Yeah.
And through death, I met my wife again. I met my wife when I was 2 years old. She told her mom when she was 4 that she would marry me one day.
Right.
Amazing. God had already had that plan. Allowed me to go to Texas to be a dummy. I was a dummy, you guys, like dummy. I did this and that, and I did it my way until I stopped doing it my way.
Right.
And then when I stopped doing it my way, I created an electrical business. Right. Mm-hmm. I did it like the way that I wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. And God allowed it. And then now here we are. We're trying to grow other things. We're doing a podcast. We're trying to reach.
We're talking to all of y'all.
You know what I mean? Y'all are amazing, man.
Yeah, we got so many conversations that go in so many different directions. Yeah. You never know what we're going to talk about.
For real, because I kind of went off. I went off on a path because Dylan went to the bathroom. So now look, let's get back to fun. Like, what you got this fun, man? What you got this fun? We got to talk about something fun. Like one thing, Dylan, and you might be able to spin off this. But you know that like fake it till you make it saying? Henry Cejudo, when they were just in that UFC fight, he was like, man, face it till you make it. What does that mean to you? Like,
I compare that saying almost because like I use this saying all the time. The only way through it is to do it.
Man.
You know what I mean? Because like you like it's like this. And everybody in the construction world, like plumbers, electricians, anything like that, crawling through an attic, going to repair something, going to do this, digging a hole,
right,
crawling under a house.
Right.
I mean, if you want the money, you got to do it. And if you don't do it, that's a harder conversation to have than saying, look, this is what I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the only way through it is to do it.
I love that.
Yeah, you having troubles, you need to get somewhere, buckle down and make it happen.
I love that, man. That's awesome. The only way through it is to do it. Y'all remember that. That's some real game.
That's the facts.
That's the facts.
I mean, you got to do something. You can't just rely on whatever you got going on.
It's not going to come to you.
It's not going to come to you.
You got to make
some things might come to you, but you need to act on it.
Right.
And if you don't act on it, then you're not progressing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean,
right, man. Yeah. And look, it's not an easy conversation to have with yourself sometimes.
No, sometimes you got to really reflect.
Like, look, if y'all are
what's
feeling
been
that
happening.
gut feel, because I'm gonna say this, man.
Trust your gut.
If y'all's gut feeling is telling you that you need to do something other than you're doing, step outside that box and do it. If you're in fear, like I'm a living testament to this. You know, I had a trade and I had a vision, and I just kind of, I don't know, you know, when I gave my life up at that moment, it was like it. You've seen me have the challenges.
Right.
The challenges are going to come, but the faith doesn't leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes you're not ready to make a leap to do something, but
Yeah.
you got to compare any leap to like the first job you got. You know, you got a job. Somebody's telling you to do this.
Yeah.
You got to do this. So like, even before you get to those stages, you're already in your head worrying. You're going, oh man, how am I going to handle this? What am I going to
Right.
do? What am I going to do? But then you're past that stage and and you know what to do and everything's moving fluidly, but there's better opportunities around, but you're so comfortable in what you've learned.
Yeah.
You don't take those opportunities.
Right.
And sometimes you need to just jump
Just
off the
get
bridge.
it. Like, look at Michael Jordan,
just
man.
get it.
Just look at Michael Jordan.
That's
Nobody
that's
came
the
in
facts.
his dad and his parents might have been pushing up, but if you really look at like how great he was, and this is what I'm referring to when I'm saying what I'm saying. Don't let nobody create your own stars. Like, if you feel in your gut, you know what you want to do,
Yep.
pursue it.
Yeah, make it happen.
You know, but I will say this. If you want to be in entertainment, have a backup plan. Don't solely rely on that. I was rapping and I never trusted it. Not that I couldn't. Like, I mean, everybody
There's too
around
many
me was,
hands in the pot when you're dealing with that.
It's
But
just the
whenever you
politics.
create something on your own,
It's like the politics I was saying. Now, if you can create a sound and you can blow up on the internet,
do it.
man, keep doing that. But don't let nobody get in your head on anything. I mean, even if you're like, hey, I want to start a business and I want to sell food, or I want to, man, I think I'm good at making cakes.
Right.
I could do this. Hey, I'm good at this. I'm good. Man, talk your shit. Pop it. You know what I mean? Like, do your thing.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody judge you.
Yeah.
Because see,
that's
one
what's
thing
gonna
about
kill
me,
you.
man, you know what, Dylan? And look, I hate being like this. But man, a lot of people go around and tell you what they know about me.
Right.
You ain't heard my side.
I mean, I ain't heard many people talk.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. But like, there's people that go around and they talk about me and they talk about Tony did this and Tony did that. But hey, man, you ever heard my side?
Yeah, man, you're genuine, and you know I'll speak for you. You don't even have to say anything, dude. You sometimes come across as tough, but it's not tough. You speak on the right thing. You know, you know the direction needed to do what's right.
That's something I struggle with, bro.
I mean, but that's the reality of it, man. Because sometimes people need somebody to say, "Hey, look, you're doing that wrong. You're doing that wrong.
Yeah.
Quit doing that. Why are you still letting this sit on your shoulder? Fix it."
Yeah.
And those are the things that people need. And you know, sometimes people hear that from family members,
Right.
but they might not take it as seriously.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like mom, dad, whatever, grandma, grandpa.
Right.
You know, whoever it is in your life telling you what to do.
Yeah.
But
because I'm really not trying to tell anybody what to do, man. No. But I do, like, if you hang out with me, I have a level of expectation.
That's what I'm saying. You're not telling them what to do. You just giving the direction.
Well, see, my wife has helped me with this a lot.
Yeah.
And she told me this. Don't expect you out of anybody else. And man, that hit home. Because, you know, I know that God did make me special. And if I've been in your life, you know what I mean by that. Like, it ain't no dominant thing like I'm holding myself over you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more like, man, I don't know how to be fake. I don't know how to be anything different than telling you how it is. I don't know how to be that different person. You know, I've worn my heart on my sleeve.
That's the thing. Real to some people comes off as rough.
And dude, Dylan, I'm being vulnerable here. You know, this is hard for me because I do feel judged a lot.
I know.
Like, I feel like people run around and talk about me like I'm some kind of evil person and I meant this and I meant that. No, I didn't. I meant nothing but well. All I want to do is see my brothers and sisters win. No matter what race, man, nothing, age, nothing. It don't matter, man.
Yeah, people are people, man.
Right. And we all are. And we all can connect in a way. And that's why, you know, partly we're doing this. We want to teach you hunting. We want to teach you survival. We want to teach you all this stuff.
Anything we can relate on. We're the same as you. We just like to have fun, but you know.
Yeah. Hunting. Sorry I got so serious.
It's all good.
No, you know what I mean? I love y'all. Like,
it's all
really
real.
Just doing it. And you know, Dylan right here, like, this has been one of my best friends since I would say my daughter's born.
Yeah, and like, if you think of it on the realm of things, we're like not the oldest of friendships.
Nah.
Because I've known people a lot longer than yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What we've been doing? It's for 10, about 11. No, more than that.
About 12.
Yeah, because our daughters
years.
are 13.
Yeah, 13, maybe 14 years, man.
Okay, so yeah, we probably known each other 14
probably
years.
14 years.
Yeah. And we went a long time without talking to each other.
And that's the thing. We brought it right back.
There
wasn't even a beat skip.
Yeah. We both had gone through certain things.
Yeah.
And we picked it right back up. Yeah, went hunting, matter of fact.
Yeah.
That was the hog story.
Yeah, that was the
first
hog
time
story.
we linked back up. We went to East Texas, did the hog story.
That was fun.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, when I didn't have nobody, bro, Dylan came and rode with me down to SeaWorld for my daughter's birthday.
That's right.
Nobody did. And no disrespect, family. Y'all didn't come, though.
Yeah.
You didn't come to my daughter's birthday.
Yeah, we made it happen.
Dylan did.
Yeah,
you know,
that was cool.
It was super cool.
It was a good time.
Because the most times that I was doubted, you know, by people, man, like, people like you showed up. And I'm going to say this.
Because, like, you always can be friends giving, family giving. You know what I mean? You're always invited to that stuff because you are family.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I'll leave it at that. It's fine that people don't have that same vision and drive that other people have. You know what I mean? It's like, it's cool. You may not have the same feelings and everything. Fine.
Everybody's entitled to their own
Let me do
thing.
me. You guys do you. And if I can benefit you and help you in your life, man, let me know. I want to do that.
You know, I've got people in my life, you know, that I like meeting people that I have met through work and times I've been down and been like, dude, look, because they hit me up and be like, Dylan, what's going on?
What's going on?
I'm like, dude, this is what's happening, yada, yada, yada. They're like, what do you need, bro?
Right.
And I'll tell them, and they're like, done.
Done.
You know what the thing is? There's not even an expectation on when said things are going to be returned, you know? They just know. They're like, look, I got you. I know you got me. Don't worry about it.
Right.
And, you know,
that shows your character.
Those are the people that you need on your team, you know, because shoot, if you didn't have those type of people, because if any of them ever needed anything,
you know what you would do for them.
I would freaking put my neck out for
them. And so,
them.
look, in 2025, guys,
for sure.
This is what we're saying. Tighten your circle up.
Yeah.
Pick your people up.
That's it.
Like, be selective. It's okay to be selective. If the people in your life are driving you down, cool. You know, because like
you
this
know
is
where to focus yourself. If you got people around you that are just tugging you down and you're trying to help and you know that they're doing nothing to help themselves.
Right.
I mean,
because sometimes I got negative. When Dylan first came around, like, to do business with me, I had been around certain people that have been very negative, and that's all I'm hearing. Negative. I ain't got this, and I got this, and my bills due. I don't have this problem anymore. Have I been there? Yes. Do I understand? Completely.
Oh, it's an honest feeling. I mean, probably 90% of people go through, you know, bills.
I mean, I don't know many people that I've seen homeless people.
Right.
but I don't know personally many people that have actually gone through that. And I think that will humble you in a way that you could never explain. And it'll
Oh,
make you into a
guaranteed.
being that you can explain, but you're just that. And then like when people point you out and they're like, "Oh, you doing this for this and that." No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm doing this because I love you. I love everybody around me. Did I
Right.
think that I could be here? Absolutely not. We were talking about stories that I probably should have been out of here. But God really did have a purpose for me.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. I love doing this podcast.
This is fun, and we appreciate all the interactions
Yeah.
from all of y'all.
For real. I know we got really serious because, we love to keep this fun
Oh yeah,
and entertaining and all that. But sometimes, you got to talk about some real stuff.
Yeah.
And, with me, and Dylan too, you never know what we might talk about. Like, we might be going through anything and we're going to bring it up because we're
life
real
is
men.
life. That's part of this podcast.
know?
We're gonna tell you about it.
Hey, be real men.
Yes.
Remember where men were men?
Oh gosh, when men were men.
Casey Rocket.
Good.
Casey Rocket is
Y'all
hilarious.
go check him out, man.
Check
He's
him out.
Pretty daggone cool.
Well, men were men.
Hold on. We gotta go.
Men were
check-
men.
Go give, go, this thing's trying to be fancy on us. Here
The
we
men
go. We're
were
back
men.
in action.
Back in action, man.
But you know,
But
what?
man, what else you got? You got something over there? We got about 10 minutes, bro.
Man, I could probably. You know what? You want a 10-minute story?
I need a 10-minute
I
story.
got one. This one's 10 minutes. Follow me. So, you're going to hear a lot of stories about the deer lease out in Cleveland. Dude,
Okay.
Because that thing's got like such a large portion of memory off in my brain.
That's where your dad.
That, yes, took me
Took
to
you when you were
introduce
younger.
me. He took me every
Okay.
weekend. Shout out to my
Shout
dad.
out Dean. We love you, Dean.
You the man. Thank
Man,
you. Because
For real.
I wouldn't have half the experiences without you, man.
For
So
real.
look, listen. Look, there's another one about me on a damn four-wheeler. Y'all can hear some shit. So I had some fun out there.
Don't worry, we won't tell you the story about when he wrecked his dad's truck. We're gonna 86 that story, but
Nah.
I'd love to hear about this four-wheeler.
I'm definitely bringing that truck up. It's going to be later. Y'all going to have to keep listening.
I'm trying to help you, man.
Yeah, you can't do it. I got to do it. That was too good.
He's got to buy his dad a truck, by the
Look,
way.
but
Y'all
this,
see.
This one's wild. So it's me, my brother, and my buddy Taylor. And my buddy Taylor, he's like a part-time vegetarian guy. He's like earth-friendly, awesome dude. Hadn't
Yeah.
talked to him in a long time. Taylor,
Right.
if you hear this, you better hit me up.
Shout out Taylor.
So look, we're out there, and I want to hear a comment from you, dude. So we're taking the four-wheeler out, right, to go hunting. And Taylor, mind you, drives out there in his Toyota Corolla at the time. This is way back off on 7,000 acres, middle of the woods, where I talked about recently, where there was all that meth found from those guys and the cartel stuff.
Yeah.
Well, dude, look, we're out there. This is back when it was organic. We're driving my four-wheeler out. So this bridge used to be a regular bridge over a creek. And it's a very wide creek, probably 40 foot wide. So, but they messed the bridge up, and it had these big old divots in it. Well, Taylor's on this side. My brother's on this side. Another bag of corn, because there's always a bag of corn involved.
Oh,
And the gun, dude.
kind of gun.
It was my 243 that I had.
That's one you shot the hog with.
Yes.
that gun is
yeah, the same
serious,
one,
bruh.
the 243. Dropped
Gun
that pig.
serious.
So yeah, I had that in the case, right? Well, one of my tires dipped off into this divot on the bridge, right? And when it did, I dropped back, and when I dropped back, I grabbed the handlebars and I went, whoo, and I goosed it. Well, I goosed it off the bridge, bro. Off. Well, my brother and Taylor, the bag of corn and the gun case all get dropped on the bridge, dude. And so
man.
I'm like on the, dude, I like in the air went, woo, like Superman. And I'm on the four-wheeler holding it from flipping on me. Like it's vertical. I'm on the bank of the creek. Both tires, the front and right, popped on the dang rim. So I'm like, got my foot kickstanded out, holding the four-wheeler like this. And they're standing up looking at me going, are you all right? I said, help. And I ended up like muscling it back over and pulling it up out of the thing. But we ended up driving the four-wheeler back, all of us standing on one side of the four-wheeler. because both tires on one side were flat. Dude, so we're standing on it,
Golly.
and the left two wheels were good. So I'm like this. We're just freaking riding it back for about a mile back to camp.
Yeah.
So we do that.
Definitely done that.
My dad's already out at the stand hunting, so he didn't know about all this. So the four-wheeler's fucked up. It's at camp. We hop in his Corolla, and we start driving the Corolla. Well, about half a mile from where the wreck with the four-wheeler happened, we're going out to the stand, and there's these pigs in the road, dude. So I jump out the car, boom, bust a pig, drag it off into the grass. So I drug it off into the grass. We went back to camp, got the truck, because we had my truck there too, but we took his car because it was quieter.
Right.
And we go out, we grab the pig, come back to camp. And when my dad got back, he was pretty pissed about the tires. But
I bet.
But we fixed the tires. We went half and half on that. Got the tires fixed. But that was a pretty dang funny story, dude. We right off the bridge, salvaged the four-wheeler. It was only the tires that got messed up, so we did good.
That's always a good thing when it's just, may not seem simple at the time, but tires are simple, right?
Yeah, dude, it was funny.
But look, speaking of stories, I'm gonna start a new segment this week, and this is gonna be called the Unwritten Book.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a story.
We're gonna need y'all's help.
And I really need y'all's help because if it don't go nowhere, we're not going to do it next week.
Yeah, y'all can take it in any direction that you want.
So I'm going to say a start of a story. And what I want y'all to do is go in the comments and I want you to add on the story. But if you cannot go out of order, you have to wait until somebody comments in the comments on this episode on YouTube.
Right.
YouTube.com/@RealCampTalk. And then comment on this story.
Yes.
So basically, we're in a Louisiana swamp.
That's right.
Okay. We've got, let's just say JL has gone out on an adventure. He's going fishing late at night. He's fishing in a boat in a river, and he goes missing. Okay.
Yep.
Game warden shows up. They find his gear and they find his boat. They do not find him. There has been history of ghost stories in this area.
Where did JL
go? So add on to the story. JL was in the swamp, basically, swamp river
out
area.
However you want. Just put a good line.
Yeah.
Was in the swamp. Next person follow up.
Yeah. Next person should be well, first of all, JL went to so and blah blah blah. Use your imagination.
Tell the story, guys.
Tell a story, and you could even start it over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's totally cool, but we want just use a couple sentences though, and then at the end of that sentence, put to be continued, and the next person can add on and add on and add on, and then on the next episode,
we'll talk about it.
When we'll read the story.
Shout out everybody that was part of the story.
And if y'all don't interact, we're not going to do it next week.
Yeah, well, we might bring it up another time.
We might some other time.
Come on, guys.
But we need y'all to interact. We want to get y'all, involved in what we're doing.
Team effort. Anything y'all have for it, businesses, products,
right?
Anything y'all want us to talk about.
And if you have a business, promote it in our comments.
Yeah.
I'm a business owner. I'm not hating.
Come on now.
If we can provide a platform for you, great.
Just give us some interaction.
Yeah. And,
just make sure you guys go to our Facebook page, follow, subscribe, share if you could.
And mainly our YouTube,
our YouTube.
We would love you to do that because any and everything that you guys do will gratefully benefit us to keep doing this. And, we're going to do a lot of giving back. At Home Electric, one of our sponsors, which is my company, I sponsor this. We do a lot of giving back. We do backpack drives. We do food drives. We do things where we collect money for people in need. Anything that you can think of that we could do to benefit somebody else.
That's right.
We'd love to hear about it. If you got a story where you need $50,
That's right.
you need $100 to benefit your life right now. We know times are hard. We definitely are going to start this survival backpack giveaway soon.
Right. We're going to have a lot of gear to be showing you guys.
But we
here before
really
too
just
long.
need y'all to interact because, look,
We
look
got
at me.
you with the technical difficulty now. Hold on.
Hold on.
These cameras are smart. They're a lot smarter.
I
than
did
you.
it.
Look at that.
But anyway, so look, Dylan, it was me this time.
That's guilty.
I apologize
It's
for that,
hard.
you guys. It is hard,
Look at
man.
me, I got my
When you're
hands
trying to
glued to
talk,
my
like
knees
when you're
right
trying
now.
to talk with your hands, it's difficult because you know
That's
you're
that
passionate,
passion, man.
That's
Hey,
right.
hold on.
Hey
Chill out,
man,
dude.
hey man, Dylan just really passionate. You guys,
That's right.
Don't give him no shit about his camera, you know. Because look, I'll say this too to go off on this. Dylan had never recorded himself. He has never heard himself before. He's never seen himself on video. He's never heard
All I've
himself on
seen
audio.
were pictures.
And it is a huge transition. I remember when
And I always look ugly, man.
no, dude, you fire, man. You fire, bro.
That's what everybody sees
you
when
a
they see
grown
a
man.
picture. You know, that's how people are.
Yeah.
They're like, terrible. But you grow onto yourself after you see it for a while.
But not only that, man, other people think that you're dope.
Oh,
and I think
yeah.
that's what you need to hold on to because, you know, we can think of what we want about ourselves.
Right.
And you know, there is a saying about who cares what anybody else
No, but
thinks.
this was off the podcasting thing
Yeah.
that we were looking at.
Right. But I mean,
People
it does
so
matter.
Judgmental of themselves.
You know, you don't need to be judgmental of
Yeah.
yourself. Do your thing.
No, just go and do it. Because, I mean, who cares what people think?
You know, because Dylan and I talk about this a lot
Yeah.
with ourselves. Like, every time I look at an episode, I'm like, man, you were
Genuine
doing your
talk.
thing, man. And then he's like, oh man, I thought you were doing your thing. And that's brotherly love.
Well, I mean, that's how it is, you know? Like, I've read a lot of forums on the podcasting thing. Like, people are like, oh man, I heard myself the first time.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's
I
tough.
can keep doing this. I've
It's
seen
tough.
myself on video. I don't know if I can keep doing this.
Right.
But, I mean, you just got to keep doing it, man.
Yeah.
Because you are you. You ain't going to change that.
Right.
So, I mean, just roll with it.
That's right. Well, look, one thing last that we need to do is Confucius say. Dylan? Come on, man.
Dude.
Get you
Just
something.
one
Come on, man.
One right off my head is squirrel that runs up woman's leg. It's not always going to find nuts.
Yeah. And you can do with that what you want, but Confucius say, man. You can't help what Confucius say.
Oh, that's the truth.
So look, tune in next week, next Wednesday. We're gonna have another one of these.
That's right.
We definitely appreciate everybody who's been
Visit the YouTube channel, guys.
Please, you guys. We really want y'all's help, and we also want to get you involved. However that means. Text us, inbox us,
comment, let us know.
whatever, man. Let us know how we could improve this for your experience. Neither one of us are closed-minded.
That's right. Let us know
We are
what you wanna
very
see.
open to any ideas. We're just doing this because it was a thought, and we love to,
That's right.
just be real with everything.
And we appreciate y'all.
Yeah. All right. Much love,
Much love. Y'all take care.
peace, and prosperity.
That's right. Camp talk.
Camp Talk.